Welcome to 504 Absolutely Essential Words. Hi everyone, this is Teacher JR from Camglish.com. We have our new lesson for this episode and we're going to learn some vocabularies that we can add in our list. So why don't we start? So we're on lesson number 17 and let's have our first word. We have here the word appeal, appeal, appeal. This could be a noun or a verb, which means attraction or interest or to urge. Anything George could get at wholesale price had a great appeal for him. My boss always appeals to his employees to work swiftly and neatly. I found her clothing design to be enormously appealing. Appeal. Number 2. Addict. 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 This is a noun which means one who cannot break away from a habit or practice, usually those of cigarette addict or alcohol or liquor addict. Because he was a heroin addict, it was essential for Carlos to get the drug each day. Marcia became flabby because she was addicted to ice cream sodas. Those who take aspirins and other painkillers regularly should realize that they may become drug addicts too. Addict. Number 3. Wary. 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 This is an adjective which means on one's guard against danger or trickery or cautious. You can also say alert or watchful. Marilyn's mother told her to be wary of strangers. After Orlando had been the victim of a cheat, he was wary of those who said they wanted to help him. Living in a polluted city makes you wary of the air you breathe. Wary. Number 4. Aware. 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 This is an adjective which means knowing or realizing. You can also use the word informed. Donna was aware of her tendency to exaggerate. It was sometime before the police became aware of the brawl that was taking place on the street. Let me repeat that. It was some time before the police became aware of the brawl that was taking place on the street. The only way to gain knowledge is to be aware of everything around you. Aware. Number 5. Misfortune. 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 This is a noun which means bad luck. You can also say hardship or adversity. It was my misfortune that our car wasn't thoroughly checked before the trip through the desert. Again, it was my misfortune that our car wasn't thoroughly checked before the trip through the desert. Being bitten by the vicious dog was quite a misfortune for Tommy. I had the misfortune of working for a greedy man. Misfortune. Number 6. Avoid. 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 This is a verb which means to keep away from or keep out of the way of. This is also a word of saying prevent. If you are fortunate, you can avoid people who are trying to deceive you. There was no way to avoid noticing her beautiful green eyes. Avoid getting into a brawl if you can. Avoid. Number 7. Wretched. 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 This is an adjective which means very unsatisfactory or miserable. You can also say unfortunate or pitiful. I feel wretched after a night when I've scarcely slept. There was unanimous agreement that we had seen a wretched movie. Toby had wretched luck at the gambling tables. Wretched. Number 8. Keg. 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 This is a noun which means small barrel, usually holding less than 10 gallons. The corner salon uses numerous kegs of beer on a Saturday night. Get a keg of nails, the carpenter shouted at me. It is obvious to me that the situation is filled with peril, a real powder keg if I ever saw one. Keg. And for our last word for this episode, we have nourish. 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 This is a verb which means to make or keep alive and well with food or feed, develop an attitude. You may also say nurture. A diet of nourishing food is served to every hospital patient. It was easy to detect that the skinny boy was not well nourished. After the operation, our doctor plans to nourish my mother with vitamins and good food. Nourish. So I guess we'll just end here for our episode for today. We'll have the following remaining words for our next episode. So I'll see you guys. Have a great day.